What is going on? What's up? What's up, everybody? What's going on? Say hello. Say hello. Say hello. Say hello. What is going on? Let's make sure this thing is muted. All right. What's up, party people? What's up? Welcome to Seven Figure Friday. It's Friday. What's up? It's Friday, my friends, and welcome to Seven Figure Friday. My name is Ryan McMorris from Intentional Lifestyle. We help network marketers truly crush their business and create a lifestyle of their dreams. Every single Friday, we bring on another seven-figure earner, somebody in our industry that's absolutely crushing it, that knows the deal, that can answer the questions, that can do the stuff that you know you want to do. So today's special guest is the man, the myth, the legend, none other than Mr. Robert Hollis. Let me bring him out here. I see his name on here, so let me make him a panelist, and let's bring him out. So everybody gather around and welcome Mr. Robert Hollis. What's up, man?
My income. That's what's up.
Yo, man, yo. I strategically, like, every time I say nothing else to you, when I hit you up, I have to say what's up because I know what the answer is going to be.
Bingo.
It's never down.
Man, I love your energy. I love your energy, Ryan.
Oh, man, I appreciate it, man. Good to see you again, man. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Hey, man, thank you, man. So I know we don't want to take up too much of your time, Mr. Hollis.
You're worth it. You're worth it. You're deserving.
You know what? That is something. That's the first lesson of the day, people. I mean,
yep.
Hey, he's already dropping nuggets, but not man. He's not even been on a minute yet, and he just said, "Boom, hey, hey, go out there today and tell somebody that they're worth it. Tell somebody that they deserve it." And I guarantee you, when somebody says, "What's up to you?" you'll be probably saying, "My income."
Amen.
So what we do, man, every Friday we interview another phenomenal leader like yourself, man. Somebody that's has done the work, done the grinding, man, and been a pioneer in our industry. So first of all, man, I just have to say thank you for for all the guidance, man, for all the things you do in our space. You've just been an amazing mentor, dude. Life Mechanic is awesome. Like you're the man. You're the man. I love it. So just all sorts of gratitude your way, man, because I mean you're the type of person that we just need more people like you in this space.
Amen.
And you're the man. So I love you, man, and appreciate it. And anytime I see you at an event, man, you're always so open and caring. So I appreciate the time you take with us, when we see you at events, and it means a lot to me, man. So I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. My mentors were that way with me, and when I really started understanding the whole concept, the more you give, the more you get. I know people can hear the cliches and they're all cool and everything. But when you hear something simple from, Think and Grow Rich or Science of Getting Rich or Zig Ziglar, Bob Proctor, that all, got their information, Jim Rohn, from those books. And they say it's simple. Find out what other people need, help them get it, and in turn, you'll get what you want. And we're in a world today where everything's about me getting what I want. It just doesn't make any sense to people that they need to do something for someone else. And a principle that I learned, Ryan, in the Science of Getting Rich is that, if you have something of value that you can give to another human being, then guess what? They'll exchange their money to you if it's something of value. Right. So I love hearing the simple example it's like if you could find a piece of land anywhere, and it doesn't even have to be your land, and you were smart enough to plant an apple tree, you know what I mean? And take care of it and make sure you watered it every day and pound a steak next to it and hold it up just for it to get enough roots, to grow a couple of apples. Well, now you can put those apples in a bag and sell those apples and make a profit.
Right.
And if you sold enough of them, you could get enough seeds to build a couple more trees to eventually get your own hunk of land. And then once you had a number of trees and you got those apples, now you got enough money to get an orchard. And it might be really simple, but I love the philosophy is that anyone can cut an apple open and count the seeds in an apple, but only God knows how many apples are in a seed.
Ooh. That's yeah. Talk about.
So you got to plant seeds every day. So this is what I'm doing right now is planting seeds. I love helping people like you that love to plant seeds and help other people. That's why I'm here.
Of course, dude. So first, I wanna ask, man. There's some people obviously that have been living under this rock, and they don't know who Robert Hollis is. And so the first thing I did is I slapped that person, and then I immediately took their rocks. I said, no more rocks for you. So the person that's living under a rock that doesn't know who you are, hasn't heard about all the amazing things you've done in this space over the years, man. Who is Robert Hollis? Like when someone asks, like, who is Robert Hollis, man? Because I get giddy because I already know Robert Hollis. I'm over here. I got my school dress on.
Yeah. Well, thank you. The first way I explain Robert Hollis is, and I'm 100% a warrior for God. I'm a father. I do my best every day to be a better and a blessed husband, a grandfather now of Ryder and Olive. And I like being an awesome friend. My friends is my goal is to make sure I outgive them, just like the people that are very close to my life. And I've been very, very blessed to have bad things, really awful things happen in my life that someone taught me how to look at them as blessings instead of curses. And I seeked out some right mentors when the student's ready, the teacher appears, and I was humble enough. I think sometimes that bad things happen to people because when you realize that you don't have any answers, then you finally let go of what you know. And you learn from people that do know. And I'm just glad that I got humbled so bad that here I was, a single father, already a messed up relationship. My wife left me and said, I don't want my son. So that was Robert Hollis Jr. So I'm raising him at 18 months old. And I'm out there doing a job, doing my best, Ryan, and doing what everyone told me, and always have more month left at the end of the money. And all of a sudden what happened is I got hurt on the job and got put on workman's comp, and messed up my knee so bad that they had to do 2 separate surgeries on it. And my income goes to $900 a month. It wasn't enough to cover my rent on my apartment. I got a pawn loan on my toolbox and my car. And couldn't pay those payments. So now I got the repo man looking for my car. And I tell people sooner or later, I pray that something happens to you, that you don't wait till it gets so bad. But I tell the statement because it was a significant emotional event for me, like Jim Rowan, when he shut the door on a Girl Scout and said, I just lied to a Girl Scout. I didn't buy any cookies because I don't have the money. I told her that I already bought from a Girl Scout. And he goes, when your life gets so bad, you got to lie to a Girl Scout. You better start changing some stuff. And for me, it was my son. My biggest bugaboo is I grew up in a bad family and got taken away from my family at 13 and raised in foster homes. And the thing that I hated the most, and still today, is someone lying. So I know that if you don't lie, you don't have to remember what you say. And I pulled a car over. My son was, just turned 6 years old. And I pulled the car over after picking him up from the babysitter. And he said, Dad, if you just went up a couple more blocks and turned to the left, our apartment's there. And I was like, I didn't know how to tell him that I was hiding the car from the repo man.
Right.
And that was a part where I didn't feel as the way I was brought, the person that was supposed to bring home the bacon. I didn't know where we were going to live. I didn't have any family. And I was like, man, things that got to change. And I got down on the one knee I had left, Ryan, and asked for help and just said, man, there's got to be a better answer to this. And And I had a friend of mine that I didn't know really well. I write about him in my book, Sean Hennigan. I bet you I've said his name probably a million times, but this was the guy that had the courage to call me up. And this is all he said to me. He said, listen, I met this guy that's making 62 grand. I seen it was attached to the stub, and he's expanding a company, and he's looking for people, don't need any experience, and he'll teach you what he's doing. And I said, Sean, I'll come pick you up. And I went and met my mentor, 29 years ago. And he just shared with me all this freaking information I had never heard before. Residual and leverage and compound and science of getting rich and Andrew Carnegie and Wallace Wattles. And I was like, where the hell has this stuff been all my life? And it was perfect timing for me that I knew at that time. I tell people, when you're laying in a gutter, you still have the energy to roll over and look up. And I just said to him, he looked at me, Ryan, and said, how much do you got to make by the end of the month before things get really bad? I said, I need to make 3,800. And he says, I'll show you exactly how to do that if you do what I tell you. And I said, yes, sir. And my first 45 days made over $10,000. The companies back then used to pay every 30 days. And and you didn't get paid on that 30 day. You got paid 2 weeks after the first of the month.
Man.
And I put my head down. He even showed me how to retail some of the product in my first 2 weeks so I could pay my rent and pay the payment on the car. And the rest is history. That was $52 million ago. And yeah, my goal in the next couple of years is to make $1 million for every year that I've been alive. So then once I learned this stuff, my first 18 months, all I did is put as many people as I could in front of that guy as fast as I could. I let him teach them, and went to the top of this company. And now I've been #1 earner of 6 different companies in my past 29 years. And some of them I was over there 6 years to some of them. Right. And I've never left any company, but I had some companies leave me. And so I'm thank God that I got the skills to understand marketing. Yeah. Where if I get involved in any company, I can do exactly that. So awesome. That's who Robert Hollis is. Now I spend every day, all day, trying to do my best to reach as many people as I can to give them the same wisdom and knowledge and understanding that that my mentors did me 29 years ago.
Yeah, that is amazing story, man. Dude, one thing that stuck out to me with that story was you said you were taught how to take a bad situation and see it differently. So I don't know if you meant to say you were taught, but if you were, if someone was like constantly bad things happening and you see it a certain way, how are you taught to see something differently?
Really, really simple. And believe it or not, this is a lesson. The person that I think teaches this better than anyone I know is Oprah Winfrey. Okay. No doubt in my mind. And, so she's out there looking for mentorship just like anybody else, right? And her mentor, Quincy Jones, was the guy that told her this. And so I know that some people, when they hear this, Ryan, are going to go, I can never do that. And I'm just going to say, well, by not doing that, how is it working? So if you don't know Oprah's background briefly, this girl was not only abandoned by her parents, raised by her grandmother, then sexually raped by a family member, and became pregnant, and then lost the child. So let me just say that's not a good place to start your life, right? And basically, if you can think about, you forgive so much of the past that you realize that the things that didn't happen to you in the past didn't make you who you are today. So can you imagine actually doing this, where you actually not only forgiving people is not about you condoning what they did. It's to release the power that the past has on you. But to take it one step further, Ryan, that people are going to be blown away, that you actually mentally and spiritually thank them for doing what they did to you.
Wow. Right. That's
okay.
Yeah.
So that, so when I met my mentor, which was Bill Gould at the time, Here, my father abused me my whole life, bad enough where he put my mom in the hospital. And so now the government or the city, social services decide that if my mom's not going to protect me, she doesn't deserve me. Yeah. So I not only see my father disappear, he jumped bail and disappeared. I didn't see him since I was 13, but now they take me away from my mom and give me to a bunch of strangers. Right. And so I'm dealing with these abandonment issues. I'm dealing with all this stuff. And then I meet my mentor, and it's like he pulls it out of me and he's like, hey, write a list of all the people that have hurt you that you resent. And I had a long list, Ryan. I had a really long list, right? And the stuff that I was taught when I was younger even got me incarcerated in a federal penitentiary. Yeah. So that's my past, right? Right. So all of a sudden, I have all these reasons why I'm the bad guy, why the world gave me the wrong, I grew up on the wrong side of the neighborhood, all this garbage, right? And I meet this one guy and he goes, man, all that stuff is freaking awesome. I was like, okay, so I got another guy I got to beat up. It's like,
like, are you trying to get added to the list?
yeah. And he showed me how to release all this stuff to make it as a blessing, like my, getting on workman's comp. I can't imagine, Ryan, if I didn't got hurt and was told by a doctor, I don't know if you heard this joke. I love saying it. You know what the difference between a doctor and God is? God doesn't think he's a doctor. And so I had this guy in a white coat look at me and he goes, you'll never be a mechanic again. And I believed him. Right. I 1000% believed him. So if the only way that you're making money is how you're making money right now, and then you have someone of authority say you need to change your career and it starts today, what the hell am I going to do? Right. You're going to do whatever they tell you to do. Yeah. And so that's when I started going, I need to find something better to do. And then I meet a guy that says, hey, listen, I'll teach you marketing. Right. And he said to me, Robert, if you learn to master marketing, you'll get paid more than the highest paid athlete you know. Wow. Now, let me ask you something. So sure. What year was this? Because I see, because I want people to understand, like, marketing, you said that 3 times, you master marketing, you master marketing, you master marketing. Marketing is the same. And I want to ask you this too, because it's on my list of questions marketing has literally kind of been the same as gradually, but when the things like social media get plugged in, it still stays the same, right? It absolutely does. And I don't, when people say affiliate marketing, network marketing, online marketing, e-commerce, I crack up that the definition of marketing is taking something that someone developed or has to someone that wants to pay money for it. Right. Why does it have to have another name on it? Right. It's like, I think that everybody needs to put a first name in front of the last name. You're McMorris, right? But Ryan McMorris. So hey, it's marketing. No, it's affiliate marketing. No, it's marketing. No, it's network marketing. Right. No, it's marketing. Man, that I'm telling. Ooh, man. So I wasn't taught network marketing. Right. I was taught marketing. Man, that's heavy. I don't know if y'all got like blown away by that, but like, I'm telling you, like, when I picked up on that, man, and like, so you said your mentors took you, said, hey, you got to master marketing. So this is another question I had. So what was the number one skill set that you would recommend someone? Mastering marketing, obviously, would probably be one of the number one skills that you would say to help someone kind of. Yeah, mastering marketing is first understanding what the basics of network marketing or marketing is. Okay. When I get brand new students and I coach people, Ryan, I say to them, so tell me the basics of marketing. And they go, I don't know. And I go, do you know the basics of walking? Because you do unconsciously competent, right? That at one time someone grabbed you like this and you grabbed onto the two fingers,
Right, and you just started.
and they leaned you just far enough forward that one leg went in front of the other.
Right.
Okay. So a lot of people don't know what the basics are. I was taught something very unique. One is that if you find people at the right place at the right time in their lives, and you're able to give them a message of something that will relieve their pain to give them glory, they'll follow you.
Right.
Now, people think that's a sales pitch. It is not a sales pitch. So if I said to people, watch a commercial called My Pillow.
I love that commercial. I love it. I love it.
Can you imagine how much money this dude makes? I got a My Pillow, right? They say the best people to sell to are salespeople. You know, it's like, geez, dude, that was a great pitch. I'm getting 5 of them. Right. You know, I'm buying them for my family.
Yesterday, I was at Home Depot and I was like, dude, there's some My Pillows here.
Yeah. and if you look at the commercial, any really good commercial, it starts off. Did you wake up tired because you didn't get good sleep? You got a neck ache. And because you have no energy, you didn't perform well at work. And maybe this is also having a problem with your relationships. It's like for the first couple of minutes, all you want people to go is, oh my God, me too.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's me. Whoa, that's me. See, if you say to somebody, hey, here's my grapey grape juice. Mm-hmm. People are like, oh, you're trying to sell me.
Right. Right.
You know what? I'm the galactic universal market expansion leader for ABC company. And I was wondering if you keep your business options open. Get the hell away from me.
Nobody talks like that. Like, it just sounds like it's like, okay, cool. You're getting ready to slap me or pitch me. I'd rather you slap me.
Yeah, right on, Ryan. And so, you know, the two things that you got to learn is mastering your message from someone that knows there's 2 kinds of presentations, effective and non-effective. Right. Here's my question to you. If you share a presentation with somebody, whether it be live, a home meeting, or a video, and they look at you and go, that's not for me. I'm not a salesperson. I don't have any money. And I'm not talking to my friends and family. Your presentation sucks. If they say, I don't have any time and I don't have any money, your presentation sucks. And I'll tell you why, Ryan. When you got involved in your first business and you seen the presentation, that ain't what Ryan said.
Right.
Ryan said, dude, man, this makes a lot of freaking sense.
Right. I was like, you
know what? This looks simple.
Right.
And the last thing you said, if that freaking dude's doing it, I can freaking do this.
I was like, yo, I was the same way.
Those are the 3 questions that have to be answered in your advertising and also your effective presentation. Right. The other part of marketing is we just talked about My Pillow. They talked about all the pains, and now he's got a solution to your pains, right? The other one is from the day that I started with my mentor, he showed me how to advertise and newspapers. My mentor never told me to put a list of 200 people that were broke too on a piece of paper.
Right.
He never taught me how to do a home meeting. He never taught me how to do a 3-way. He never taught me how to do a meeting in a hotel. No, he taught me how to advertise to people that were looking for money.
Right.
Right. These people got up and went, I don't know how to pay my bills. And they opened up a piece of paper and said, I'm calling this phone number.
Exactly. Right.
So I've been advertising for 29 years. Now, you know, I still advertise on now. Facebook is another answer to prayers. And now I find people that are motivated, coachable, that have money and understand that they need to invest money to help themselves learn a new skill because they don't like where they're at.
That's awesome, man. And that leads me actually to my next question. Honestly, was, you know, someone asked me to ask you about your closing skills and have you always been a good closer, and you know what makes you a good closer. And honestly, it sounds like if you're always putting yourself in front of people that are looking for you and looking for what you have, doesn't that make closing pretty damn simple?
It not only makes it simple, it makes it irrelevant. So people ask me all the time, here's the 2 things. Eric Worre, we all know who he is. I have neat debates with people that, to be blunt, haven't made millions of dollars a year in this profession or taught others to do the same.
Right.
I have 9 people that I've coached that own their own network marketing company that does hundreds of $millions a year.
That's crazy.
Okay. So if you get judged by not only what you've done, but also who you've coached, I know this is a bold statement, but Phil Jackson, I'm the Phil Jackson of marketing. You know what I mean? I love teaching other people how to do better than me. So you got the Kobe's and the Michael Jordans of the world, the Shaqs, the Scottie Pippens, the Dennis Rodmans of the world, walking around with world championship rings on, and they did better than Phil Jackson. Which, by the way, Phil Jackson went to the same high school I did.
Oh no! That's
yeah. And so me and Eric will get in debates because I'll turn around and he goes, well, the fortune's in the follow-up. And I go, I don't follow up on frickin' nobody. Because my advertising is so good, Ryan, and my effective presentation is so good, I don't have time to train the people that are signing up and rolling. So I have 500 people that come in a day, 15,000 people a month that come in my group, and people want me to follow back up on people that didn't see it.
Right.
I don't have time.
That's crazy, man. That's amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I have thousands of people an hour that are watching my effective presentation. How am I going to follow up? I'd rather find people like Ryan that went, seen it, got it, put me in.
Yeah, right.
Coach, I'm on the bench. Put me in.
Right.
I don't want to go over to the guy and go, I don't know if I can do this. And, and
like the bad, it's like having a
oh
bad.
my God.
Right?
And every one of you that are watching this got people in your group that you got to resell them why they made a good decision every day. Damn. And the reason that you're talking to those people is because the other people that showed up on the witness protection program won't return your call. You can't find them.
Right.
So those are the wrong damn people. I would think that I was doing a wrong business, Ryan. If everyone in my group wasn't doing anything,
right,
I would think that I was doing the wrong thing too.
Right.
But when you find people that pester you every day, what's the next step? What's the next step? Oh my God, I just did what you just told me and I just signed up a guy. When you got those people in your group, I tell people you're as enthusiastic, with enthesos means God within. You're as enthusiastic as the last person you brought in. I get enthusiastic by watching my students that I've coached make points, hit the winning shot, passing it perfect, making the shot. I love watching my students score, man. I'm addicted to it.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So I'm curious because I know, I call you the Millionaire Maker, So is there something that you've just seen in common? All the people that you've helped to become that Michael Jordan, that Scottie Pippen, that star player that you coached. Is there something like just extremely common in those people that you haven't seen in others?
Yeah. They humbled themselves to the point where they know that they don't know.
Right. That's crazy.
They humbled themselves and got to that point, like I shared at the beginning of this video, where they're going, I'm not living another frickin' day like this. No frickin' way. And they're humble and they just want to know exactly what to do. They'll throw away all the stuff that they've learned. I think it's hilarious that, movies that we all love that we quote, we don't know what that means. When Yoda says you need to learn to unlearn,
mm-hmm.
You got to get rid of all the thoughts that you have as an employee. And you got to forget everything that you learned from other people that weren't successful, that you didn't apply and got no results with.
Right.
See, you would sound stupid.
You almost lose your mind. It's a sense
of if you took a child, right? If you took a child to Kobe Bryant's school, camp to learn how to play basketball.
Right.
And that child said, well, I learned some other things from a senior that was in our high school on the varsity team. You would go, you're What?
Right. You like,
and people come to me and they want me right away. They want to spend a majority of time. That's why I charge people $500 for a half hour, because then they don't waste my time.
right.
And so they get on want to talk to me. Can I get a minute of your time? And I'm like, yeah, you can get 30 of them for $500. It's like, and that's when they'll stop, because when they come and listen to me, then they're not interested in telling me all the stuff that they learned that they're not applying, and the stuff that they did, they're getting no results with. It's
Right.
like, hey, well, first let me tell you, where I came from and what I've done in the past and why my life sucks and why everything I'm doing is not working. That's a good part of our time together.
Yeah. It's wasted too.
Totally wasted.
Completely wasted. Yeah.
What do you want? And I'll show you how to get it. Albert Einstein and Mark Twain both said that, one of the best statements in the world. I can teach anybody in the world how to get what they want in life if they only knew what the hell they wanted.
Man. But you see it all the time, because you can see, that, because we always were taught to sponsor people in fours, sponsor people, in threes or fours. You're always sponsor people in threes or fours.
I wasn't taught that.
No, what were you taught?
It's funny when you just said that, I went, what is that? I don't know what that is.
Man, yeah. And that's all I've been taught, is when we sponsor people, you just sponsor in groups, and then you would see that like one out of those four people, if you ask them what they want, would actually know what they want.
Oh, so it's a sorting technique. Good. Yeah. My advertising already sorted them. My effective presentation already sorted them. Yeah. So I can see where that's a great sorting technique. I know that you understand or have heard the phrase taproting, right?
Yeah.
There's a right and a wrong way not to do that. If somebody went online, I love today where people say, well, who's Robert Hollis? Google me.
We had a girl in our group, actually, funny you say that, because I was like, hey guys, Robert's coming on at 12:30, and she was like, I don't know who Robert Hollis is, and she was like, but I'm gonna Google him.
There you go. And I tell people when you Google me, once you do it, then there's a button that shows up like images and videos. Mm-hmm. Click on videos. The last time I looked, I think there was like 119,000 videos online. And I'm nowhere where Tony Robbins is. I think he's like at 1 million or 2 million, but he's got a head start on me, right? So he started 10 years before me. So the point of that is that the way that I was taught, there's a video that you can put, show me the money. And you're going to see a video that I did where I have 758,000 people in my group, and I personally recruited 9 people.
That's insane.
And so I was taught that, Ryan, if I could show you and excite you about the possibilities, that I would want to talk to your best people. I don't want you talking to your people.
Right.
I'm going to talk to your people. So if, say, on a scale to 1 to 10, with your work ethic, wherever you are, your experience, everything, what you believed about yourself, let's just say on a scale to 1 to 10, you're a 5.
Okay.
If I asked you to introduce me to the biggest mover, hustler, shaker that you know, I want Ryan, the person that that's materialistic, it's not a negative. They're so competitive. This is how competitive they are. Every time you play something with them, Ryan, could be pool, darts, basketball, they will continue to say another game until you let them win.
Right.
See, I didn't say they could beat you, but you got to let them win or you're going to frickin' keep playing, right? But they always got the nicest clothes, cars, everything. They're driven, man. And I go, so give me that guy's name. And so give me a name.
You just pretty much described Ray Higdon to me. So
okay, cool. So watch this. Ray is that guy, by the way.
Right.
So this is what I would say. I'd say, now watch, Ryan. This is what I want you to say. I'm going to call Ray and say this. Hi, Ray. This is Robert Hollis. You don't know me, but I'm sitting here with a friend of yours named Ryan. Oh, yeah, I know Ryan. Listen, we're expanding a company in the area and we need your help. You got a minute?
Yes.
Yeah. What's up? When I discussed to Ryan who we're looking for someone that's an influencer that knows other people out there that can help us expand this company. It might not be right for you, but if we send you over a quick video that you can look at your time, I know you're going to think of some people that me and Ryan can approach and help. Would you do that for Ryan and I? Yeah, let me put you back on the phone. Let me hand Ryan's phone back to Ryan. I know he's probably already got your email address or whatever, but he's going to send you that. And then you see that, I'd like to be able to meet you on Zoom or whatever, if that sounds great. Yeah, sure. So now I just told you, Ryan, what I'm going to say to Ray. Will you let me call Ray?
Of course.
So Ray, on a scale to 1 to 10, let's say you're a 5, just for this example, let's say that he's an 8.
Right.
I'm going to do the same thing to Ray. And if you went to Ray's website, you'll see me doing an interview with Ray talking about this process. And it's funny because right away, it's Ray's going to then introduce me to a 9. That's going to introduce me to a 10. And now that I'm working with that 10, and the guy goes, this is obvious. I'm in. I'm enrolling at the top spot. Let's go. Then I go to Jim and I say, listen, Mark's getting in. I'm in. And then I go to Ray and I go, Ray, listen, thanks for Matt. I'm in. And I go to you, Ryan. I say, listen, Ryan, Mark, and Jim, they're all getting in. Are you on in? Hey, I told you I'm getting in. No, you told me you had no money and no time.
That's heavy. That's heavy.
Now you're getting in because you don't want to lose it from these people.
Right.
And I'll run that line so fast, so deep. The fastest one I've done is I've ran 7 people deep in less than 48 hours.
That's awesome, man.
And signed them all up. Now I'm working with a runner.
Mm-hmm. Instead of working with the person that you originally knew. Right.
Don't believe in themselves, got to work on themselves, got to be resold, or listening to all the people out there that tell them that they can't do it instead of people that they can.
Now, let me ask you something, because I feel like that's the thing. So, one of the questions I was going to ask you was the person that is like that. Did I do a good face?
Perfect. That was perfect. I meet those people all the time.
So when that's done well, that's done correctly, the person that is that person, now they actually have something to lose. And is that environment created that would actually start to move that person into saying, you know what, maybe this isn't the person I need to be in order to get the stuff that I keep talking about.
Yeah, it locks them in to make them understand that the person that is flying through the ranks, that's in their group,
right,
that person has more self-confidence, more self-esteem. They believe in themselves enough where they not only have money, but they already have a group of people that they influence, that now their pitch is different. Their pitch is, Ryan, what are you doing right now? Nothing. I'm going to put you on. I got to have you meet this guy. It's like, hey, okay. It's not, what is this? Do I have to work? No, they're influencers, right? So if I can find an influencer, depending on the compensation plan, one in each one of the legs that I need to generate revenue, I'm done. And the last company that I built, I had 9 people that made over $1 million a year, 4 on one side of the binary and 5 on the other side of the binary.
Perfect.
Oh, nice.
Right.
That generates $2.5 million a year, and you don't have to do anything.
Man, that's amazing.
And people to me that keep saying to me all the time, well, what company, what product, what this? No, marketing. I've sold freaking everything. That's awesome, I can make $1 million a year selling T-shirts. You know what I mean?
Man, that's beautiful, man. So before I let you go, because I know we are limited time, can you tell us about Life Mechanic and what you got going on there, and how people can connect with Life Mechanic if they want to get more, of you and what you got?
Absolutely. It's lifemechanic.com. I used to be an auto mechanic. Now I'm a life mechanic. So I want to help you get a tune-up from the neck up. Some of you haven't had an oil change in a long time. And you can tell that the mental motor ain't running the way it's supposed to unless you get it tuned up. So Life Mechanic, if you go there, I think if you went to lifemechanic.com/book, BOOK, I think that will still work. You'll get a downloaded copy of my best-selling book on Amazon. And I just send it to you in a PDF form and start sending you videos. and I'm there to help you. Plus, I know Ryan. I'm friends with Ryan. If you guys want to reach out to me and follow me on Facebook or whatever, you sure can do that. And yeah, I love helping people. Also, let me give them another link too. If you go to lifemechanic.com/free.
Okay.
People keep asking me all the time, I don't have any money. And I go, great. Then I put a whole website together with virtually hundreds of hours of my training for free, so you can stop making excuses.
Just did it for you, right? Like, that's awesome, man. That's awesome, man. So guys, if you were living under that rock and you didn't know who Robert was, now you know who he is, and you've got a free resource that you can plug into. Guys, I just want to say thank you again for taking the time out and just sharing your knowledge, man, sharing your expertise. I mean, you're like the Papa Bear of network marketing, man. We love you, dude.
Well, Ryan, thank you so much. And if I can say something in closing, if no one's ever given you permission to succeed in life, let me do that. Let me be the first to give you permission, to tell you that you're worthy and that you're deserving. God doesn't make junk, and to think that if we did your DNA, you're 1 in 25 billion. There's only 7 billion people on the planet. So you're unique for a reason. You can learn to market and attract the same kind of person you are or will be. And one of the things that the reason that I'm on this Facebook Live with Ryan is because Ryan is a leader, a person that actually takes the time to learn from other people. You want to hang around people that are edifying and promoting other people. You know, I used to say this all the time, that Peter and Paul were told to go to the ends of the earth to spread the good news. And as soon as someone said, hey, Peter, you know, you used to be a mechanic, he would say, that's why I brought Paul, an expert from afar. And then Paul turned around and said, I'm nobody. You got to talk to Jesus. And Jesus says, I'm nothing but other than my Father. Right. So if you don't learn the simple basic principles, Ryan reached out to me because he reached out to me. He's worthy. He's worth it. And you guys got to find out and grab a hold of Ryan. If you're watching this video, find out what the hell Ryan's doing, because he's tapping into the best of the best that are teaching the skills to allow this guy to be a master. So, you know, yeah, I can tell that you're a grasshopper, and I'm looking forward to, you know, watching you master this profession without a doubt, Ryan. Super proud of you.
Man, I appreciate it, man. Much love, much gratitude, guys. Reach out, send Robert like the biggest thank you video, thank you message. He does accept commissions as well, so if you want to send him a thank you check, that's cool.
Send it to the people in Houston.
Right. So make sure, guys, and again, just, you know, as a closing thing, you know, I was just thinking yesterday, you know, if we are going to make this industry better, there are certain things that happen in our country, in our world, that give us opportunities to say, man, like, those network marketers went out and they did a phenomenal job when they got called on. So make sure, I mean, whatever you can do, it doesn't always have to be money. You know what I mean? It doesn't always have to be, you know, something that, you know, it could be old clothes, it could be something, but we can all do something. We can all pitch in, and we can all play our part on making our communities better. Because if communities look at network marketers as, man, you know, when something happens in the community, man, the network marketers step up.
Yeah, I think it's amazing where, you know, in this Houston crisis that everyone's, you know, praying and watching and just going, man, if that doesn't bring you to a place of being grateful, I don't know what would. I can't imagine waking up in the middle of the night trying to find a way to get my kids out of the house so they didn't drown. I mean, wow, we're so blessed and so lucky. And you hear about Miley Cyrus being thrown underneath the bus this entire time, and she's, you know, on a Facebook Live crying, and then gives $500,000. You know, then we look at A-listers out there that said, you know, we're going to give 25,000. It's like,
right.
Interesting that this girl that everybody thought was sort of, you know, not one of those people you like to be like, ends up being some of the biggest givers during time of crisis.
Mayweather knocked out 200 million. to
Or yeah, it's like, come on,
so it doesn't matter how much you give, what you give, guys. I mean, just give your energy, your focus, whatever it is. And that's something that we can all do, and if we all do it together, it just
Amen.
makes it even better, man. So dude, I appreciate you again, man. I mean, much love to you, man. Are you going to New Orleans this weekend? Are you flying out, or are you hanging back from that one?
I don't even know what's happening there.
Something secret's going on in New Orleans that we weren't told about.
I'm sometimes the most disconnected person from that. It's like that's another thing. People ask me all the time, and you'll read about this in my book. It was me learning to ask for help,
right?
And it's amazing to me that a lot of people just assume I know everything, and I don't. So people will say to me, "Hey, man, you going to that big training that's happened in New Orleans?" I go, "What? I don't know what's going on there." So
neither, man. So
Sorry.
I don't know. I saw somebody going to New Orleans. I thought you would say, "Well, shit, if they're going, probably Robert's going too." I don't know. Dude, next time I see you, man.
My next training at the end of October will be in Cuba. Nice. That's all I'll say. Hey, they opened up that country, and I'm telling you what, you can use the internet in Cuba. I'm gonna go teach some people.
No, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. So I'm excited. Next time I see you, man. Dude, I love hanging out with you, man. So have a good weekend, guys. Make sure you reach out to Robert again. Give him a big thank you. Give him a virtual hug, something. And we appreciate you, man, for being a guest on 7 Figure Friday, my man.
God bless you, Ryan. Thank you so much for being a servant to other people. Make sure you send me the link so I can share it with everyone I know.
For sure, man. For sure, guys. If you got value, make sure you press that share button and share this with other people so we can go and spread the message that Robert gave us today, guys. Have a good one, guys. See you later.
God bless. Bye-bye.